Augustana's Upper Mississippi Center is hosting a screening of a documentary out this year called Moved by Waters. The half-hour film is about the work people in Iowa and Illinois are doing to improve water quality in our area, and it brings attention to how people with competing ideas and interests are working together. The screening will also include a panel discussion with 3 area leaders who are working to improve our waterways. We sat down with the director of the center, Dr. Michael Reisner, and the sustainability manager to talk about why they hope to get a lot of folks to come out. And joining us now is Michael and Peyton. Thank you to the both of you for taking the time this week to chat with us.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right, Mike, I want to start with you. Can you tell me a little bit about this documentary, Moved by Waters?
Yeah, so this documentary is exciting because it really is trying to step back in the current political climate and look at, you know, are there organizations bringing together diverse groups of people that have different interests and values regarding conservation and restoration of watersheds, and taking a look at, if you bring these people together, can you actually make progress on improving water quality of the streams and rivers of the upper Mississippi? So that's what I think really that this documentary is trying to look at that, and I think it does a great job of looking across our region broadly at the different organizations that are and the different individuals that are working to improve the health of these watersheds, whether it be in rural agricultural areas or more urban mixed land use areas.
And to clarify, it focuses on basically our region. Is that right?
It does, yeah. So I would say kind of broadly, kind of, um, you know, eastern Iowa, western Illinois is where it really focuses in terms of, and kind of the tributaries that are going into the Mississippi River.
Can you talk a little bit about how this fits into what you do at Augustana's Upper Mississippi Center, just in case people aren't familiar with the work that you've done? I know we've reported on some of the projects you worked on, but give us a sense of how these two things fit really naturally together.
Yeah, so Augustana's role in the documentary is relatively small, and it actually is through the partners that we partner with. So, partner to Scott County Watersheds and the city of Davenport. We're currently partnered with them, and the Upper Mississippi Center really is just trying to bring Augustana's resources together. So, our faculty expertise, our students, and help communities try to tackle some of the challenges they're facing. So, the city of Davenport and Augustana have been involved in a partnership since 2018. And in a nutshell, it's just trying to spend a couple years assessing the overall health of these watersheds. And Partners of Scott County Watersheds is involved because they're involved in areas outside of Scott County that are beyond the city limits of Davenport. So where you see Augustana in the documentary, it's because we're actually trying to help some of the community partners. So that's kind of our role. So that's how we got involved in the documentary.
And you've been putting together now a screening that's coming up soon. Can you tell us about some of the work you're doing to not only screen the film, but also bring in some people who can speak to some of the work that's being done?
There's going to be a panel afterwards, and Amy Kay, who's the conservation director for the city of Davenport, she will be on the panel. We'll have Steve Gustafson, who works for the Army Corps of Engineers, but he will be representing the Partners of Scott County Watersheds. And then we'll have Dr. Brittany McCall, which is one of our biology faculty whose expertise is native fish and aquatic stream ecosystems. So they're on the panel just to offer a broad perspective.
And this question is for either of you. Who should attend this screening? Is this for anyone in the community, or is this more geared for folks who maybe are in this space and kind of doing this work?
Yeah, I think it's really for anyone in the community because the water in our area goes into the Mississippi River where we bring in our water to drink in the community. So it affects everyone and we should all care about it.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, if you're interested in if you happen to have a house that is on one of these small streams, a lot of these streams are right in people's backyards. So if you're interested, or if you've been concerned about the health of some of these streams, this is a great place to come and to connect with people that are working on the issue. Partners of Scott County Watersheds has a snapshot program. So 3 times a year, they basically sample all the streams of Scott County using volunteers. So if you're interested but just don't know how to get engaged, this would be a great place. It's a 30-minute documentary, and it'll give you an idea of who are working on these issues, and you can probably find one organization that you might fit with in the documentary. It's a pretty diverse group of people that are highlighted in the documentary.
Again, for either of you, and I think you were almost just alluding to it right there, but at the end of the day, as more people see this documentary, what do you hope the impact is going to be broadly on those individuals and the community?
Yeah, I think it's important to start to for people to just get some basic understanding of that these watersheds are here, what some of the issues that these watersheds are facing, and then they face multiple threats. So there's always a place for people to get involved and to make a difference. It can be small things that you can do at the household level. Just simply disconnecting your driveway and the roof of your house from the stream. So having a rain garden, trying not to allow the runoff from your property to go directly in the stream. If you're an agricultural farmer, you can do cover crops. That's on a bigger scale. And then if you're really interested in being involved at like the city level, then engaging with Amy Kay and the city of Davenport on how they design urban infrastructure to be more protective of water quality. So there's lots of places to get engaged, regardless of what you might be able to do.
Give me the details of what people need to know if they want to attend.
It's in the basement of the Olin building, the Olin Auditorium.
Yeah, and the screening starts at 7 o'clock. So I would say make sure you're there by 6:45. And then the panel will follow shortly after. So probably the panel will start at like 7:30.
Well, very nice. A lot of great information, even just from what you've shared there. I hope people check this out. Michael, Peyton, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this week.
All right. Hey, thank you. It was fun.